Welcome to Next Chapter Living, where every page turns a new possibility.
Every year, thousands of folks trade snow shovels for flip-flops and head from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and beyond to Florida, looking for a fresh start. I still remember the first week a couple I helped move arrived. Boxes stacked in the garage, a pile of prescriptions waiting to be transferred. You could see the tension melt when their pharmacy called back to confirm the meds. That was the moment they started to relax.
If that sounds familiar, breathe. You don't need to fix everything today. What I want to give you is a clear, month-by-month plan. What to do right away, what can wait, and how to pace it so you actually enjoy this next chapter.
Quick heads up before we jump in. There are a few non-negotiables: healthcare continuity, prescriptions, and hurricane readiness. I'll flag those as urgent. Everything else is adjustable.
Okay. Picture your first 12 months like a stack you can pull from, one simple layer at a time. You don't have to carry the whole stack today. First, immediate essentials. Then, routines. Finally, deeper roots.
Start with mail and important accounts. Update your address for Social Security, Medicare if you're on it, banks, and mortgage or escrow accounts. Put in USPS forwarding while your permanent address is being finalized. It's a small step that prevents a lot of late surprises.
If you're in Pasco County, check the tax collector's website for DMV and registration details. My recommendation, aim to get your Florida license and register your vehicle within 30 days of moving. That timing helps with insurance and residency paperwork.
Healthcare next. And yes, I mean this first week if you can. Call your current doctors and ask them to send records to a Florida provider. Transfer prescriptions to a local pharmacy, and when possible, get a 90-day supply so one worry is off your plate while you settle in.
If you're on Medicare, make a note. Open enrollment review happens in October. Look into local Medicare Advantage plans or Medigap options and set a calendar reminder to compare in the fall. That one small date can save headaches and money.
Utilities and safety checks are deceptively important. Confirm electricity, water, internet, and your thermostat. Test smoke detectors and write down any security system codes. These little checks let your first nights feel like real home, not a temporary stopover.
And please, do hurricane prep in the first 3 months. Build a small emergency kit with medications, copies of important documents, flashlights, batteries, and a battery-powered radio. Know your evacuation zone and the nearest shelter. Even a simple plan calms anxious nights.
One quick practical tip. Keep a single folder or a digital folder called Florida with scanned copies of IDs, insurance cards, wills, and medical directives. When the power goes out or you're on the phone with an office, that folder is gold. Now let's move into months 4 through 6, the settling in phase. This is where you shift from triage to routine, find a primary care physician, meet specialists if needed, and get comfortable with local urgent care and pharmacy options.
Ask neighbors or your community Facebook group for recommendations. Real people's experience is often more useful than online reviews. I remember one client who found a family doctor because a neighbor mentioned Dr. Patel down on Suncoast, great with older patients. That recommendation made all the difference.
This is also a good window to start trying local spots. The grocery store that feels right, a coffee shop that becomes your Saturday corner, a favorite takeout place. These small choices stitch the neighborhood into something familiar. Try a couple of social options around month 6, a community class, a volunteer shift, or a golf cart group. Think of it as sampling. Keep what fits and move on from the rest. Low-pressure activities produce the best friendships.
Months 7 through 9 are about deepening roots. Tackle small home projects that improve daily comfort. A ceiling fan in the living room, a programmable thermostat, or a screened door repair that makes evenings usable again. These are simple changes with big returns.
Think landscaping for low maintenance. Native plants, mulch, and irrigation timers cut summer chores considerably. And build a short vendor list. One plumber, one electrician, one lawn pro you trust. I tell clients, call them once in the first 9 months so you know who to call when something goes sideways.
Also, consider volunteering or joining a service group.
Helping at a library or food bank introduces you to neighbors who care about the same things, and those connections tend to last.
As you approach months 10 to 12, do a gentle audit. Are you happy where you are? Are your healthcare choices working? Is your insurance and tax situation where you want it? This is also the right time to review legal documents, wills, powers of attorney, and medical directives, and update them to reflect your Florida residency.
If something isn't fitting, that's okay. A year is your test drive. Swap a club, change a provider, or plan a local move if needed. The important part is making choices from observation, not stress.
Quick recap to keep it usable. First 3 months, secure mail, prescriptions, utilities, and do hurricane prep. Months 4 to 6, find primary care, complete residency paperwork, and sample local life. Months 7 to 9, deepen relationships, do small homework, and set up low-maintenance landscaping. Months 10 to 12, review healthcare, legal, and financial items, and decide your next steps.
A few pacing tips. Don't do everything at once. Block 2 to 3 focused hours for admin tasks, then switch to lighter social activities. Keep that Florida folder handy, and lean on community resources. Neighbors, your HOA, or local groups are often the fastest shortcuts.
If this feels like a lot, remember, it's a year of doable steps. To make it even easier, I created a printable first-year roadmap, a month-by-month checklist, an emergency prep section, and space to tailor the plan to your health and timeline. Visit the show site to download that free printable. Keep a copy in your glove box or your Florida folder at home. Start with the hurricane checklist tonight so you can sleep better tomorrow.
Thanks for spending this time with me. Moving is a big moment, but paced right, it becomes a joyful chapter instead of a race. I'm Matthew Troncarney, broker associate with Mihara & Associates. If you're thinking about relocating to Pasco County, Land O'Lakes, or other Tampa Bay communities, I'd love to answer questions and share what I've learned on the ground. Real conversations about relocating, downsizing, and living well. That's what this show is for.
Thank you for tuning in to Next Chapter Living. Join us again for more stories worth giving. Until next time, let your journey ignite. Live your best life and keep your dreams in sight.